I guess you can tell what my topic is. Pride. This allegoric image of this one of these deadly sins, they're called cardinal sins. These are sins that you can't be forgiven, according to Pope Gregory. He said, but I know Jesus. And I'm so thankful I know Jesus.
Yes.
Because he says that he will forgive us. He said our sins and our transgressions don't have to be fatal. They don't have to interrupt our spiritual progress.
Thank you, Lord.
Why? Because we have Jesus.
Yes.
We're familiar with what transgressions are, and that's what we've heard this morning about these different transgressions: sloth and envy and lust, and now pride. All these things go against the law. They're a crime. It's wrong. But in Romans 4:7, it says, blessed are those whose iniquities are forgiven and whose sins are covered. Blessed is the man to whom the Lord will not impute sin. Why won't he impute the sin? Because of Jesus and his death on the cross.
Yes, ma'am.
I thank him and I praise him. Otherwise, we would be lost. All the running and praying and wishing and trying to be strong would be in vain. But he gave us a promise. The Lord will not charge us. He won't pass judgment and he won't find fault. But the only way we can put ourselves in that position is when we place our faith solely in Christ. And Christ on the cross. Each of these deadly sins has its root in pride because it's a desire to excess. And some believe that all the sins arise from pride, that that's the root, that's the beginning. And from that place, all these other things are birthed out of it. So, since the root of these sins goes against, really, the basic law of Christianity, because all these desires to excess are for self. Our Christianity is love for our fellow man. Well, how about that? I'm supposed to look out for my fellow man, not just look out for my own welfare. And what gets in the way? Ego, vanity, self-righteousness. All these things are an inward directed emotion, an inflated opinion of self. All over maybe our appearance, maybe over our accomplishments. Maybe it's over a few of the things that we've been able to purchase because God blessed us with a good job. Sometimes there are other ways that, in more familiar terms, that we could recognize this pride as being big-headed, pompous, and snobbish.
All right.
And nobody likes any of those things. It's been said that pride has been thought to sever the soul from grace. And in James 4:6, it said, God opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble. We don't want to be in that position.
Yes, ma'am.
I would never want to have that connection severed because we need it to survive. There are many scriptures that we're all familiar with that we've all heard over the years. In Psalms 10, it says, in his pride, the wicked man does not seek him. In all his thoughts, there is no room for God. Here's another one that we often use in conjunction with pride, and that's being haughty, exalted, thinking more of yourself than you should, being powerful. These are all feelings and thoughts that we've all had. But this pride, it's the foundational cause of man's lost condition. It's a principal sin, and it's self-righteousness. It said those scriptures that we all know, pride goes before destruction and a haughty spirit before a fall. Matthew 23 said those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted. This only happens in one place. That's connected to the vine. That's through the blood of Christ. There's only one way any of this will take place. But we quote all of these scriptures, and yet we suffer from all these things. What's the problem, people? How about humble yourself, therefore, under the mighty hand of God,
Yes.
so that at the what? Proper time,
Yes.
He exalt you.
That's
Praise
He will
That's right.
exalt you. You don't have to do it yourself.
God. Thank you.
One of the things that I wanted to talk about with pride, the things I've talked about here, are kind of the obvious things about pride. But I wanted to focus on something that I don't know, to me, wasn't such a clear-cut position when it came to pride. Because also, we can be proud of things. Who isn't proud of their newborn baby? Who isn't proud of that good man God blessed you with? Who isn't delighted over an accomplishment or being able to purchase a home? These are the things that bring us joy. These are promises that God gives us. He wants us to have these things. There's nothing that He would withhold from us. But yet, being glad, pleased, delighted, joyful, satisfied, gratified, and content are all words that are connected to pride. So the only problem we have with these things is when we put them before God. He says He wants to be first. Nothing should go before Him. Nothing
Good word.
should go before Him. Faith, that's deadly. That means either you died or are about to die. Now, there are some people, if they jump out of a 23-foot building, oh, well, I'm not dead yet. I'll just keep doing what I'm doing.
Oh, my
But
God.
eventually, you're going to hit the ground. And as Christians, when we have these things that we're talking about today, we have to get a grip on these things. Or we're jumped out the window, and maybe we're only 10 feet to go. But death is going to come.
My God.
Yes, ma'am.
Death will come. How about if we get caught up in our bank accounts? Like I said, maybe we get caught up in the car we drive. We might even pass judgment on somebody driving an old hoopty instead of a Jaguar. Maybe we can form an opinion about someone because of what they drive or the clothes that they have on. Perhaps we judge their education or their financial status. None of this is good. This is about appearance. God says He looks at the intent of the heart.
Yes.
I'm so thankful.
Yes.
Because these judgments, there's no life in it. And no room for it. There should be no room for it in our bag. I'm so glad I got rid of this stuff out of my bag. I want to talk about the Apostle Paul. In Romans 12:3, he said, "For I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man who is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think." Now, Paul in Ephesians made a statement that was so powerful to me because he referred to himself as less than the least of all the saints. Now, how are you less than the least? The last thing we want to be is last. We want to be first in line. We want to be the first to come out with a new outfit. We want to be the first to have the new edition. But according to Paul, he says that we should be least and less than the least of all saints. That's including everybody. This world is millions of people. I said, so the part about the scripture, when it goes down a little further, after he's less than the least of all saints, but to think soberly, not high-minded, according as God has dealt to every man a measure of faith, which is only given to us by the Holy Spirit. It says, "Do not be conformed to this world, but transformed by renewing your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God." Spiritual transformation doesn't just start by wishing and hoping it happens. You have to change the way you think. A mind dedicated to God's truth will produce a life that can stand the test of time. We can resist the temptation of everything that's come before us this morning, ladies. Everything, and everything that will come after this conversation. We don't have to fall into the temptation of this self-serving culture. It's all around us. It's everywhere. So if we don't meditate, if we don't read, if we don't listen to the word of God, then what are we listening to? And how will we resist? How are you not fortifying yourself? Because it's in the commercials. It's in every TV show. I think every TV show now has a gay family with a child, a neighbor that is either doing something illegal or scheming, and let's talk about scandal and empire. Wow. Hard to resist. But in all of this, the Lord says that we can if we trust Him. And in this gift that God has given us, it's a measure of faith.
Yes.
He's given it to everyone.
Yes. Thank you, Lord.
He says that these gifts come to strengthen the church. And these gifts aren't things that you've got to pray for. These aren't things you've got to supplicate for. These are things He gave us.
Yes.
So let's look how pride interferes with our faith. And this is the hard part for me. Because as I began to review this kind assignment Sister Connie gave me, I had to look at my own self in my pride. And my pride was fear of man. And it came in the form of lack of confidence. Now the Lord speaks. Well, Lord, I want to do your will. And I really believe I could minister your word. We all should be ministers. We should all be able to at least talk about Christ and His death on the cross and give our testimony. But there was something else going on in me. Because every time the Lord would call, I'd say, well, what will I say? I'll mess it up. I'm just going to embarrass myself. I can't do that. I'll look like a fool. I don't know enough to call myself a minister. Nobody's going to want to hear what I have to say. Pride, masked as fear.
Wow.
Because I was afraid.
That's right. That's right.
Whew, that's right. I'll look like a failure if I don't get it right or if I don't say all the right things. And of course, I don't speak like all the other professional speakers. I need more biblical studies classes. That'll do it. Once I get my biblical studies classes, I'll be prepared. Well, I started taking biblical studies classes, and you know what? It wasn't enough.